7ನೇ ಶ್ಲೋಕ ಇವತ್ತು.
ಹೌದು ಪ್ರಭುಜಿ, 57ನೇ ಶ್ಲೋಕ.
ಓಂ ನಮೋ ಭಗವತೆ ವಾಸುದೇವಾಯ. ಓಂ ನಮೋ ಭಗವತೆ ವಾಸುದೇವಾಯ. ಓಂ ನಮೋ ಭಗವತೆ ವಾಸುದೇವಾಯ. ನಾರಾಯಣಂ ನಮಸ್ಕೃತ್ಯಂ ನರಂ ಚೈವ ನರೋತ್ತಮಂ ದೇವೀಂ ಸರಸ್ವತಿಂ ವ್ಯಾಸಂ ತಥೋ ಜಯಮುದೀರಯೇತ್. ನಷ್ಟಪ್ರಾಯೇಷು ಭದ್ರೇಷು ನಿತ್ಯಂ ಭಾಗವತ ಸೇವಯ ಭಗವತೆ ಉತ್ತಮ ಶ್ಲೋಕೆ ಭಕ್ತಿರ್ಭವತಿ ನೈಷ್ಟಕಿ. ಮೂಕಂ ಕರೋತಿ ವಾಚಾಲಂ ಪಂಗುಂ ಲಂಘಯತಿ ಗಿರಿಂ ಯತ್ಕೃಪಾತಮಹಂ ವಂದೇ ಶ್ರೀ ಗುರುದೀನತಾರಿಣಂ ಚೈತನ್ಯಮೀಶ್ವರಂ. ಓಂ ಅಜ್ಞಾನತಿಮಿರಂಧಸ್ಯ ಜ್ಞಾನಾಂಜನಶಲಾಕಯ ಚಕ್ಷುರುನ್ಮಿಲಿತಮೇನ ತಸ್ಮೈ ಶ್ರೀ ಗುರುವೇ ನಮಃ. ನಮಾಮಿ ವಿಷ್ಣುಪಾದಾಯ ಕೃಷ್ಣಪೃಷ್ಠಾಯ ಭೂತಲೆ ಶ್ರೀಮತೆ ಭಕ್ತಿ ವೇದಾಂತ ಸ್ವಾಮಿನಿತಿ ನಾಮಿನೆ. ನಮಸ್ತೆ ಸರಸ್ವತೆ ದೇವೆ ಗೌರವಾಣಿ ಪ್ರಚಾರಿಣೆ ನಿರ್ವಿಶೇಷ ಶೂನ್ಯವಾದಿ ಪಾಶ್ಚಾತ್ಯ ಶ್ರುತಾರಿಣೆ. जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासदि गौर भक्त वृंद. हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे. ओम तत्सत. हरे कृष्णा. वेलकम all for Bhagavatam discussion. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 17, Text 7. Yeah. Can somebody read?
Yeah, Archana Mataji, will you read or shall I read?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yes.
Canto 1, Chapter 17, Text 7. Tvam va murnal dhavalam dhavala paudha.
Shall I read the shloka, Mataji? Okay. Tvam na vrinanam dhavalaha padainyunapadacharan Vishnarupena kim kashet devano parikedayam. Mataji, kindly read the translation.
Translation and purpose. Srila Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Translation. Then he, Maharaj Parikshit, asks the bull, "Oh, who are you? Are you a bull as white lotus, or are you a demigod? You have lost 3 of your legs and are now moving on only 1 leg. Are you some demigod causing us grief in the form of bull?" Purport. At least up to the time of Maharaj Parikshit, no one could imagine the wretched conditions of the cow and the bull. Maharaj Parikshit therefore was astonished to see such a horrible scene. He inquired whether the bull was not a demigod, assuming such a wretched condition to indicate the future of the cow and the bull. Hare Krishna.
Krishna. So in the previous verse, we've seen how Maharaj Parishit punished the Shudra, or who was in the form of king. Then he was talking to bull, or previously we was talking to cow. Now he's talking to bull, asking, "Who are you?" So see, you can see here, he's saying, "Are you demigod?" I mean, so Maharaj Parishit is not an ordinary person. He has got idea, like Mother Earth in the form of a cow and Dharma in the form of a bull. Then he's asking, what happened to your 3 legs? So you know very well that what is the condition of the 4 Dharma, like so the 4 pillars of Dharma. So how 3 are totally destroyed, and so only one, the pillar is standing, Satya. Mercy is gone, Saucha is gone, and Tapa is gone. All 3 are gone. So only one is standing. So that's why Prabhupada given us the 4 regulated principles. No meat eating. No meat eating means the Daya. Daya should be there, because if Daya is there, you will not kill any living entity. If you're eating meat, means you are killing somebody else. There is no Daya. Then Tapa, with intoxication. Where there is intoxication, you cannot be do Tapa, no austerity. And the Saucha, cleanliness. Cleanliness means the interaction with the opposite sex, or sex outside the marriage, illicit sex. And last one is truthfulness, gambling. So three are already gone. It's only one spending here. So at least Prabhupada told us we follow these four principles and chant 16 rounds. So here Prabhupada writes that Parishit Maharaj is understood the wretched condition of the cows and bulls, and that indicates what is the future of it. And that we can see now, slowly how mother cow and bull is being ill-treated by the society. And it's going to be worst. That's how the Kali Yuga is going to be. We'll read the next one. Eighth.
Yes, Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Ramesh Prabhu, do you want to read or shall I read? Okay, I'll only read, Prabhuji.
You only read, Mataji.
Okay,
Please.
okay, I'll only read.
Thank you.
Welcome. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. न जातु कौरवेन्द्राणां दोर्दण्डपरिराम्बिते भूतलेऽनुपतन्ति अस्मिन् वीणानते प्रणिनां शुचः. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Translation. Now for the first time in a kingdom well protected by the arms of the kings of the Kuru dynasty, I see you grieving with tears in your eyes. Up till now, no one on earth has ever shed tears because of royal negligence. Purport. The protection of the lives of both the human beings and the animals is the first and foremost duty of a government. A government must not discriminate in such principles. It is simply horrible for a pure hearted soul to see organized animal killing by the state in this age of Kali. Maharaja Parikshit was lamenting for the tears in the eyes of the bull, and he was astonished to see such an unprecedented thing in his good kingdom. Men and animals were equally protected as far as life was concerned. That is the way in God's kingdom. So here what we are seeing is Maharaja Parikshit was shocked to see that there was so much of tears in the mother cow's eyes, and also the government's duty is to protect all the living organisms, the human beings and the animals and everything. And here it is such a Parikshit was a very good Kshatriya ruler, and he was horrified to see that for a pure heart, he was such a pure hearted soul, he couldn't understand how animal killing was happening in this age of Kali. And so he was lamenting for the tears in the eyes of the bull, and he was astonished to see that in his good kingdom such a thing could happen for a bull. Because it is told in Bhagavad Gita also, Krishna tells that I am there in all the living beings, those who see me in everything and see everything in me. That in God, in Krishna exists all the things, and in all the things Krishna exists. So for them I am never far. So people who discriminate that okay, God is there only in human beings, or he is not there in animals, and so we can ill treat the animals or ill treat mother nature. Even is it even in our Hindu dharma, we even worship trees, rivers, the sky, earth, everything. For us, in that we see divinity of the Lord, because we see nature is wholly pervaded by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So we don't consider okay, tree is something thing. Although now we are seeing trees are being cut and all, but we always consider Mother Nature as a part and parcel of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So here, seeing the sad state of affairs, Maharaja Parikshit in his kingdom, he was thinking, how could any person do such a thing? Because he thought he was ruling very justfully, and here he is seeing that the bull was hurt and it was standing only on one leg, and all the three legs of its were broken. So despite him having protected men and human animals in equal justice, still this was happening. So he was disheartened to see this. This was what I understood, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah. So Parishit Maharaj, he was not ordinary king. He was a great king. He was, ruling all over the world. and it's been seeing first time for him. So that shows Kali is entering. So that's the start of the Kali Yuga. So later we can see how Kali enters to the material world. So in our life also, the entry of a Kali is dangerous. Prabhupada says Kali Yuga is age of quarrel. It's quarrel for a very, very small, very small issues will people fight and quarrel. And many time will not understand how Kali enters in our life. So Parishit Maharaj is astonished. How is that possible in my kingdom is possible like this? And here Prabhupada writes, Maharaj Parishit was lamenting for the tears, eyes in the bull. So he is a paradukha dukhi. He is seeing the dukkha in the cows and bulls' eyes also. So that he, laments for that. And not only laments, he takes action. So again, today's politicians, none of them will have this value. Very few, very few. And as a practicing devotees, we should actually pray for get good ruler, and the existing good rulers they should get a good life, good health, and good thinking. That's the prayer should be that, so that when the good rulers are there, the protection for brahmanas will happen, protection for cows will happen, protection for women will happen, protection for children will happen. When that is there, naturally the whole society becomes purified. The contamination of the society happens through mainly three things. Children, because children poisoned, or the poison in the sense brain is poisoned, that tomorrow's generation is gone. That's exactly the modern education doing, or the so-called anti-society elements. They spoil the brain of children. And second is woman. Woman is in various ways, entrapped in the various activities, so that they are polluted, the whole society gets polluted. And third is brahmanas. Brahmanas are who was guiding factor for the society. They have been polluted. With that, whole society is polluted. It's exactly happening today also. And they will do more because they know exactly the weakness of the Sanatana Dharma. So that's they're trying to attack. So whereas here, King Parishit, he knew exactly. So that's what he is trying to take a correct action. Okay, we'll read the next one.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, it is allocated to me. Canto 1, Chapter 17, Text 9. Ma Saurabeya Atra Sochaha Vietu Te Vrishalat Bayam Ma Rodiha Amba Badram Te Kalanam Maishastari. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. O son of Saurabi, O son of Surabhi, you need lament no longer now. There is no need to fear this low-class Shudra. And O mother cow, as long as I am living as the ruler and the subduer of all envious men, there is no cause for you to cry. Everything will be good for you. Purport. Protection of bulls and cows and all other animals can be possible only when there is a state ruled by an executive head like Maharaja Parikshit. Maharaja Parikshit addresses the cow as mother, for he is cultured, twice born, Kshatriya king. Surabhi is the name of the cows which exist in the spiritual planets and are especially reared by Lord Sri Krishna himself. As men are made after the form and features of the Supreme Lord, so also the cows are made after the form and features of the Surabhi cows in the spiritual kingdom. In the material world, the human society gives all protection to the human being, but there is no law to protect the descendants of Surabhi, who can give all protection to men by supplying the miracle food milk. But Maharaja Parikshit and the Pandavas were fully conscious of the importance of the cow and bull, and they were prepared to punish the cow killer with all the chastisement, including death. There has sometimes been agitation for the protection of the cow, but for want of pious executive heads and suitable laws, the cow and the bull are not given protection. The human society should recognize the importance of the cow and the bull and thus give all protection to these important animals, following in the footsteps of Maharaja Parikshit. For protecting the cows and Brahmanical culture, the Lord, who is very kind to the cow and the Brahmanas, Go Brahmana Hitaya, will be pleased with us and will bestow upon us real peace. Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So, Parishit Maharaj addressing cow as a O son of Surabhi. You need no longer lament, no longer lament now, because till I am alive, I will not, you know, allow this to happen to you. And then Parishit Maharaj calls cow as a mother cow. As long as I'm living, I'm the ruler, I'm subduer of enemies, envious men, there is no cause for you to cry. Everything will be good for you. So first and foremost, Parishit Maharaj recognizing mother as a cow. We all know that the 7 mothers, our own mother who has given us birth, Mother Earth, sorry, Mother Earth, Mother Cow, then Guru Patni, Raja Patni, and one Datri, the one who helps to deliver. So these are the 7 mothers. All should be considered as mothers. Here, Prabhupada says that the protection of bulls and cows and other animals can be possible only with the state ruler executive like Parishit Maharaj. So we need that kind of a ruler who can give us protection to the cows and bulls. That society only can be, perfect society. Prabhupada says that human comes from the descendant of Lord himself, whereas cows come descendant of Surabhi from the Goloka. So Kurabi cows or Kamadhenu cows, we hear in the pastime of Govardhan Leela, when Indra poured, unlimited rain, Krishna lifted Govardhan and give us protection. Then Indra understood his mistake. So he was literally scared to come in front of Krishna because Krishna will punish him. That's the time Indra request Mother Surabhi come along with him. When Surabhi comes, Krishna pleased. So Indra was saved in that. So that's why Prabhupada writes that today in this society there is no protection for the descendant of Surabhi. And so pious executive heads and suitable law, cow and bulls are not given protection. Today's our law doesn't allow cow protection. Instead of that, they permit cow killing. Various slaughterhouses, and they make a law how to kill cows. And even those who want to protect cows, other day I was talking to one of the Goshala. They were saying that whenever they attempt to protect cows, the FIR, the case filed against these people, that's the kind of a law is there. Police is against us, government is against us, everything is against us. So, it's not easy to do this job of cow protection. And on the top of it, they don't get any support from anyone, nor so-called Hindus also, no money. So still with the all anti situation, they are trying to do this job. I think we should really thank them for wonderful service. So many people have been arrested just because they are protecting cows. When the cows been taken for slaughterhouse, when these people fight with them and will bring the cows back. So because those people taking the cows for slaughter, for them money, they paid money. So whereas these people doesn't have money, so that either you have to pay and buy and take care, otherwise you have to face case. This kind of a situation. So maybe I would request each one of us to maybe come up maybe tomorrow. One action, what I will take to protect cows. Anything. Individually, we can share and inspire all of us, that each one of us take one action, so that one contribution towards the cow protection. I'm not taking a contribution in the sense I'm talking about a money contribution. Any action from our side, each one of us can share, which will help for cow protection. Maybe tomorrow everybody can share on that, or if you want to, now only can share, but otherwise tomorrow. Okay, we'll read the next one. 11, 10, 11.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Okay, Natasha.
I will read, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Canto 1, Chapter 17, Text 10 and 11. Yasya rashtre praja sarvas drasyante sadvi asadubhi tasya mattasya nasyanti kirtir ayurbhago gatihi येष राजनां परो धर्मो ह्यार्तानाम् आर्ति निग्रह अत एनं वदिष्यामि भूताद्रुहम् असत्तमम्. Translation, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. O chaste one, the king's good name, duration of life, and good rebirth vanish when all kinds of living beings are terrified by miscreants in his kingdom. It is certainly the prime duty of the king to subdue first the sufferings of those who suffer. Therefore, I must kill this most wretched man because he is violent against other living beings. Purport. When there is some disturbance caused by wild animals in a village or town, the police or others take action to kill them. Similarly, it is the duty of the government to kill at once all bad social elements such as thieves, dacoits, and murderers. The same punishment is also due to animal killers because the animals of the state are also the praja. Praja means one who has taken birth in the state, and this includes both men and animals. Any living being who takes birth in a state has the primary right to live under the protection of the king. The jungle animals are also subject to the king, and they also have a right to live. So, what to speak of domestic animals like the cows and bulls? Any living being, if he terrifies other living beings, is a most wretched subject, and the king should at once kill such a disturbing element. As the wild animal is killed when it creates disturbances, similarly, any man who unnecessarily kills or terrifies the jungle animals or other animals must be punished at once. By the law of the Supreme Lord, all living beings, in whatever shape they may be, are the sons of the Lord, and no one has any right to kill another animal unless it is so ordered by the courts of natural law. The tiger can kill a lower animal for his subsistence, but a man cannot kill an animal for his subsistence. That is the law of the God, who has created the law that a living being subsists by eating another living being. Thus, the vegetarians are also living by eating other living beings. Therefore, the law is that one should live only by eating specific living beings as ordained by the law of the God. The Ishopanishad directs that one should live by the direction of the Lord and not at one's sweet will. A man can subsist on varieties of grains, fruits, and milk ordained by God, and there is no need of animal food, save and except in particular cases. The illusion king or executive head, even though sometimes advertised as a great philosopher and learned scholar, will allow slaughterhouses in the state without knowing that torturing poor animals clears the way to hell. For such foolish kings or executive heads, the executive head must always be alert to the safety of the prajas, both man and animal, and inquire whether a particular living being is harassed at any place by another living being. The harassing living being must at once be caught and put to death, as shown by Maharaja Parikshit. The people's government or government by the people should not allow killing of innocent animals by the sweet will of foolish government men. They must know the courts of God as mentioned in the revealed scriptures. Maharaja Parikshit quotes here that
According to the courts of God, the irresponsible king or state executive jeopardizes his good name, duration of life, power, and strength, and ultimately his progressive march towards a better life and salvation after death. Such foolish men do not even believe in the existence of a next life. While commenting on this particular verse, we have in our presence the statement of a great modern politician who has recently died and left his will, which discloses his poor fund of knowledge of the courts of God mentioned by Maharaja Parikshit. The politician was so ignorant of the courts of God that he writes, I do not believe in any such ceremonies, and to submit to them, even as a matter of form, would be hypocrisy and an attempt to delude ourselves and others. I have no religious sentiment in the matter. Contrasting these statements of a great politician in the modern age with those of Maharaja Parikshit, we find a vast difference. Maharaja Parikshit was pious according to the scriptural codes, whereas the modern politician goes by his personal belief and sentiments. Any great man of the material world is, after all, a conditioned soul. He is bound by his hands and feet by the ropes of material. One second. Material nature, and still the foolish conditioned soul thinks of himself as free to act by his whimsical sentiments. The conclusion is that people in the time of Maharaja Parikshit were happy and the animals were given proper protection because the executive head was not whimsical or ignorant of God's law. Foolish, faithless creatures try to avoid the existence of the Lord and proclaim themselves secular at the cost of valuable human life. The human life is especially meant for knowing the signs of God, but foolish creatures, especially in this age of Kali, instead of knowing God scientifically, make propaganda against religious belief as well as the existence of God, even though they are always bound by the laws of God, by the symptoms of birth, death, old age, and disease. Hare Krishna.
Krishna. Wonderful purport by Divine Graces Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Further here, Maharaj Parishit is okay. O chaste one, king's good name, duration of life, good rebirth vanish when all kind of living beings are terrified. So when the other jivas, other living entity is terrified, the king's lifespan is reduced, king's duration life reduces, his name, fame reduces. So the point is that whatever happens in the kingdom, king is getting affected. That's a law. Even Chanakya Pandita says that whatever the sin citizens does, 1/6 of them goes to king. So that way, king should be more responsible, more knowledgeable in the Vedic scriptures. That's why Acharya is saying one should not become father unless he qualified to deliver his children back home, back to Godhead. One should not become guru unless he is capable of taking his disciple back home, back to Godhead. Similarly, king also. King is a representative of the Lord. So he should behave like that. Otherwise, he has to suffer and the whole kingdom will suffer. So Prabhupada says, Prabhupada says such bad elements should be killed at once, like, whether thieves or dacoits or murderers. So they should be given the right punishment. Animals also praja because they also taken birth. Today, so many people come and claim they are citizen of India. They are either foreigners or illegally they come and stayed here. Now they claim the rights of this country and they get into so many anti-elements activities also. The more dangerous that second part is that they stay here, they eat food here and work against us. That's what happens here today. So proper again, unnecessary killing or terrifying the jungle animals or other must be punished at once. Man cannot kill an animal for substance. Mamsa. Mamsa means you kill me today, I'll kill you tomorrow. So whomever I killed, So I'll get killed by that jiva. So that is why, but there is a, saying that the jiva is the food for other jiva, but that applies to not for human. Human is a food only the vegetarian, milk, and related items, grains, not meat. At the same time, Prabhupada quotes here Isavasya. Isavasya idam sarvam yachkinta tincha tena tektena bhinjitaha. So we should not be greedy. We should take whatever assigned for us only, not go beyond that. Prabhupada says that torturing poor animals clears the way for hell. Whoever tortures a poor animal, our permanent place in hell is guaranteed. So Prabhupada also says that jeopardizing good name, duration. What happens when we kill animals? So like cows, we jeopardize our own good name, fame, and duration life. So modern politicians who has recently died, I don't know whom Prabhupada referring it here. So Prabhupada not named it, so I don't want to concoct or I want to, kind of comment on that. And that particular politician said this, I do not believe in any of such ceremonies. Prabhupada quoting that. So also here faithless people, they quote themselves or proclaim themselves to be secular. Again, today's, the people call it a secular country. Secular means anti-Hindu is secular, anti-Sanatan is secular. Everything else is not secular. That's how our society works today. Hare Krishna. I'll stop here. Devotees can give their comments. Sorry. Umashankar Prabhu want to start.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. So in this shlokas, what we read, this shows the Parikshit Maharaj's courtesy towards all the prajas. The prajas include both the human beings as well as the animals. So equal priority is given to everybody. And once he saw the bull's three legs cut, he was deeply worried that all so dharmas, everything is going down. So, in this current situation also, whoever the people who are in the ruling thing, they should be following the path of Parishit Maharaj, so that all the dharma gets re-established. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Shruti Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. See, first it is told that the Dharma stands on 4 feet. One is cleanliness, that is, one should not have illicit sex. And then one is compassion, that is not killing of animals. And then truthfulness, that is non-gambling. And the fourth one, I forgot, Prabhu. Can you tell me the fourth one thing?
Austerity. Tapa, austerity.
No,
Intoxication.
intoxication. Austerity. So that now four things Dharma stands on, and in the Kali Yuga we are seeing that Hindu's three legs were broken because in Kali Yuga everything that is happening is going wrong. Here protection of cows and protection of Brahmanas is not happening. Mainly a just ruler should see that protection of cows, protection of Brahmins, protection of children, and protection of women should be done properly, because the protection of if children are get contaminated, the whole next generation gets contaminated, and because of that, then women also, if they're entrapped, the women give birth to the child, they are the people who control the look after the family, under the foundation of the family. So there also the family system will get destroyed if the women are not in the proper direction. And also Brahmanas are the guiding factors, they give knowledge. So when they are not protected, they also go in the wrong direction. They do as if as per the state administration, and then the whole society gets corrupted. There's nobody to give guidance and all those things. And Sanatana Dharma, as such, also goes into wrong this thing direction because of these people who tell wrong knowledge. So rulers have to be good, and also one needs to protect the cow, because there are seven mothers: our own mother, Mother Earth, Mother Cow, Guru Patni, Raja Patni, and a nurse who delivers. Huh? So when cows are and bulls are protected, then only everything will be properly, peacefully, and nicely happening. And nowadays laws are such that laws are done to twist to get cow slaughtered and bulls slaughtered in slaughterhouses, and because it becomes a profitable business, and because of that there's so much of problems in the society. And also what is other thing is one should, the prime duty is unnecessary killing of animals should be stopped, and also the proper protection to the citizen should be given, and the citizen should be proper. Otherwise, other people from other countries will come. They'll take the advantage of the situation, and then they'll harm the citizens, and there will be unnecessary things like terrorism and all those things happening in the society. So basically cow protection, brahmana protection, and all the other the citizens should be protected properly by the just rulers who are wise and krishna conscious. Otherwise the whole system gets corrupted. That's what I understood, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Mataji. Mariappan Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Maharaja Parikshit was surprised to observe the bull standing on one leg, losing mercy, cleanliness, and truthfulness. And Maharaja Parikshit, shocked to realize the plight of cows and bulls, that too in his regime of government, in spite of ensuring impartial protection for human and animals. And Paradukha Dukhi, I must pray for good ruler and good governance. Children and women and brahmanas are targeted in Kali Yuga, who are to be protected. And Maharaja Parikshit is twice born Kshatriya king, who is realized cow as mother, and perfect society always care for all six mothers. Indra takes shelter of Surabhi cow, and king's position have been extremely responsible towards protection of animals as well as human beings in an equal status. Wherever whenever whoever kills animals will be killed by the same jiva in subsequent birth. That much I have understood, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Lakshmi Mataji.
Thank you very much, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Wonderful class. Hare Krishna.
Yes, Asha Mataji.
Prabhuji, nothing, most of the things are explained. One important thing here is the cow protection. All of us should do and must do whatever, wherever we can to protect the cow. Because which is even Parikshit Maharaja's wish, that how Kali entered and then how animals are being killed. It's not just the cow, any of the animals. So we should see how, more importantly, the cow, how we can protect, and we should do something to protect cows, Prabhuji. In I just have something. I make sure to give something for
Tomorrow we
protection.
can share. Each one can share
Yes,
one
Prabhuji.
Yeah.
Yes, Hare Krishna.
Request all of to share one point how each one can do something to protect cow. Okay, I'll stop here. Maybe after video off, I'll want to talk something else. Vanchakalpatarubhyasya kripasindhubhyo patitana pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namah. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Kantaraj Bhagavatam Ki Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Just stop the video.